everybody, it's Archangel Becca. Play more Slay the Princess. Last time we got the Stranger and the Wraith, I think, is what we got last time. So we'll see what princess I'm gonna finish out this run through with. I think you get 5 in each run through, because I think I did 4 of them, and then she said 1 more, so 5. So yeah, I'm not sure which one I'm gonna go for this time, because I've never not grabbed the knife, so we'll just jump into it and hope for the best.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
The end of the world? What are you talking about? And we've looked at all these options before. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she said end the world is because she's locked up? Can't someone else do this? Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Let's see. Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Guess. Forget it, I'm not doing this. Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. See, I don't know if that's like how I just said it, or if he's just like, oh, thanks for telling me what to do. Thanks. Yep. For real. Or just silently.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
Okay. It wasn't sarcastic.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Guess we'll continue taking the knife. I'm not sure.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Pristine blade.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
The hero didn't say anything.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I just realized that the hero's not saying anything. He usually says something.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Why hasn't he said anything until this point? Because before he's like, is this really bad to kill a princess? Maybe it's because I already said that.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I think I'm here to kill you? I just love that line.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
No.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Focus.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
No. I just love that line. Okay, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. What? No way. Why would you even think that? I haven't yet decided yet. I'm just here to talk. I've never picked this line though, because I'm not sure what it leads from it.
Then drop the knife.
No.
You should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I want to tighten my grip or drop it. I'm gonna save because I don't want to be stuck. And whatever.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip
Looks
on
sad.
the blade.
Just like.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End.
She's bluffing while she kills us. Sorry, can we just not dropping the blade?
You go into this expecting to die, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I'm not dropping it.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Squint to the princess. Fine, I guess we're at an impasse.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
The princess even harder. You sure you don't want to talk?
You squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now.
We have a staring contest here.
You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Princess preach. Not even close. Well. I feel like if I try to slay the princess, I'm just gonna end up in that other route. We'll slay the princess again.
Charge the princess,
Yeah, she's
blade
gonna punch
trembling
me.
in your hand, but you've already lost the battle. She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
Strong
You shouldn't
princess.
have hesitated. But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down.
Yeah, she's strong.
As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs.
Sounds painful.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is.
We're gonna die. Yay.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Cool. Well, that was faster than I thought it'd be. Oh, the tower. Alright.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Really? Wait, hasn't this already happened? She's just going to kill me again. Okay, no. No.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you, and why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Yes.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
But...
Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die.
Oof.
What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless. She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
You're just pathetic, he says.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Aggression? Or was it Isekai, or however you say that?
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains, and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end.
Guy.
Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
No. Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
Killed me last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again? All she did last time around was beat me to death. How can someone like that in the world? To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
Sure. I don't believe you for some reason.
Or we could pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
Difference.
You're being annoying.
You're being annoying.
Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Locked her in that basement. What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
People locked her away. Why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special.
I didn't know.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Who cares if you think we're special? As far as I can tell, the only thing special about us is that we get to experience painfully dying all over again.
Lord. And KG, what are you
I've told you
telling me?
everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. The less you know about her, the better.
Well, that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Well, let's proceed to the cabin then.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Lying? Cheating? Why would she even bother? She didn't need to do anything like that last time.
Exactly.
She caught us off guard last time. We'll be fine. Let's just keep our wits about us.
Okay.
At least one of you still has a shred of sense. Just make sure you listen to him and not that whiner.
Whiner. Proceed to the cabin.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
No, you don't. You're stuck along for the ride. Here we go.
The interior
Ugh.
of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Why is it way up there? Why do I need a ladder to get it?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Why am I so short? Did I get like smaller? I bet that's what it is. She got bigger and I got smaller.
Why do we feel so small?
Okay.
We don't feel small. We are small.
Whole cabin is different from last time.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? We're all going to die anyway. And I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking back at us. We don't need any reminders of what we are. It would only make things worse. For the last time, you're not going to die unless you let it happen. And luckily for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting a grisly visage any time in the near future. Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable in it looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal. Probably. Do you not know what we look like?
Do you not know?
He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us.
I care about whether I'm being lied to. There's a mirror. See how handsome I am. Doesn't matter if there's a mirror, and then just approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
This guy is whiny. Well, I guess we'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
You had to climb up this ladder to get to it, though. Why is it so high?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
This is actually kind of nice.
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
What's wrong with the stone basement?
Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Me too.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
Because he got broken by her.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Well, let's continue down the stairs.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
Just throw myself down the stairs.
The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
What's the point of chaining her if she's gonna break it anyways?
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You've brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
The audacity. We're gonna tighten our grip.
As
Again.
if on command, the blade slips from your grasp. It clatters uselessly to the floor. But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us?
Got commanded to drop it. She's got that royal authority.
I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade.
What to tell you?
Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
I mean, we're all here in her presence right now.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Oh. No.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
Okay.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
Gladly.
The last time we met, you couldn't even scratch me. And yet here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed.
Catastrophically.
What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still, whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
I don't think I have a choice. You're supposed to end the world, no, or remain silent. No. She's gonna kill me again.
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants.
No objections here.
Why is she floating?
I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Oh, I can't even pick any of these. Kidding. Wait, I can't even. I've never done these before. Why? What are you going to try and make me do with it? I'm going to kill you. You're not kidding about that divine hand. Who's doing this? Is it her? Is it you? No. I can only pick up the blade.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad.
From Substabsy. No. She doesn't have a name, it's just Princess.
Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway.
We're gonna do that anyway. I hate you. I hate you so much. All of you. Stop making me do things. I'm gonna kneel here forever. Stand.
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
Okay.
What? You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
I don't think I'll be able to end this. 'Cause it just means me.
Oh, we'll end this all right. Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Slay yourself or slay the princess or resist. I can't resist, so I guess we'll try to slay the princess.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
We'll try.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson.
Guess so.
Plunge that knife into your lungs.
Ow.
I'm sorry. Don't. As you take another step forward, the
Ew,
blade
ow.
digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility.
No, they have not explained why I'm a birdman. It's probably because, like, you know, in princess movies, they have, like, where they sing and they have the little bird. It's probably something like that, where you're the bird in that scenario. But, who needs to know? Oh, look, my little knife has blood on it now. She.
Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Painful.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
Oh no.
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to her.
I feel like it's gonna make me.
It's what she wants.
You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you.
Yeah, stab him.
I'm on it.
I'm on it.
Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
Ugh. Just dig some flesh out of here.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird, thinking it can defy a god.
Someone's eating sketty. No, I'm making sketty out of my innards, apparently. Roastin'.
It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
I mean, we could, but... slay yourself or slay the princess. I think we'll continue trying to slay the princess.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
You continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the basement.
I was gonna ask, how's the sound? I know you weren't here before when I started. So, if you wanna let me know, that'd be great.
You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand. My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
I know it's a little meaty and bloody. I can't help that right now.
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
Is she though? I feel like she doesn't need to kill me.
Stop.
Okay.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat.
Nico, we gotta ride the yellow submarine. Are you talking about my voice? The dude's in your head. Oh, that's that broken guy. We got killed pretty easily last time, like in the when we died the first time. She just kind of like punched us and then started kicking us, and then we died. So he's broken.
The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
It is pathetic. That's why I said earlier, actually. I was like, man, we're pretty pathetic.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before.
I feel like we're pretty the same.
Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death. There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Pet.
Well, that's demeaning, isn't it?
A little bit. We are
Yes, how thoughtful of her.
pretty pathetic, though.
It's a mercy. Take it.
Take it.
I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this. At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
I'm yours. Pledge yourself to her. I said no. Resist. No. We'll just slay the princess.
No!
Yes. Though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react.
She's a big lady. Very pretty.
The wind of your freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance.
Owie. She's floating anyways.
She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees. But you don't give her any time to recover. Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest.
I did it. Though it looks like it's not going very far.
As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh.
She's crazy.
We can do this, can't we?
I don't think so.
You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
It's a little too late.
Shut up.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
Oh no.
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet.
Just knock me out.
There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine breaks,
Oh.
numbness and pain spreading through your body. As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest.
Like superhero stuff going on right here. That's us. The guy that gets punched around.
Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact.
Ow.
You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You did that on your own.
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch.
I can't bear to watch this.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
Be empty before. I'm pretty broken already.
Aside from the pain, I feel fine.
I feel fine.
She collapses to the floor. Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear, as the two of you perish together.
Play you better, that's what the achievement said.
I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we? Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something.
I mean, we're just gonna come back again, so...
I guess. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Die. The fury. Oh no. Just fury. Ugh. That's...
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that?
This is disgusting. He's crying.
I think he's upset.
You don't say.
And what's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god!
Exactly. You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was and ever will be.
You're damn right we did. And you'll get over it. Can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us and you almost got us killed. You're being too generous. He did get us killed. Alright, enough chatter. I've got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions. Okay, great, you're listening. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a...
If your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath. We know all about her, and it's hardly a path in the woods at this point, is it?
Goopy and veiny.
Well, this is just great. Let me cut to the chase. Clearly you've already been here.
Yeah, you think?
You think?
Actually, I don't think we have been here. This is all different, isn't it?
Yes, precisely. And if you'd given me 2 seconds to finish my thought, I would have said that. Oh, you're actually letting me talk now. Great. If you've already been here, it means you've seen things you aren't supposed to have seen, and you know things that you aren't supposed to know. This doesn't look like a path in the woods if reality seems distorted. It's because reality is distorted.
So you knew this could happen? You knew we'd be able to restart like this?
Yeah.
I know all sorts of things, which is why you should listen to me.
That's not really an answer.
Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously. Don't worry. We only need this one last go at things.
It's usually how it goes.
You'd better hope that's true. And don't let that inflated ego get in the way of doing your job.
If there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can salvage things. Maybe if we just grovel and apologize, things can go back to how they were before.
I doubt it.
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now. You're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining.
That bit. Said yourself that you know more than you're letting on. If you want me to go to the cabin, then you'd better tell us everything. Feels like I'm being pulled in 100 different directions. You better all listen to me when all the time comes to make a choice. I don't stay here. If I just stay here or do anything else and we hit this point of no return, then what happens? No matter what happens next, it seems like our answers are at the cabin. Might as well see this through. I'm done with this. Bye. No, we're not doing that.
I can't. Anything I say at this point is far more likely to accelerate the unraveling of this place than it is to actually help you do your job.
You don't say.
In fact, I probably shouldn't have even said that. I trust that if you've been here before, it means you know how dangerous she is, and that you know I'm not lying to you about her.
Really? That's it? That's all we're getting out of here? He just wants to keep things going the way they are. But we've been given a second chance to do right by her. She can build something better than this. She can build something better than us. We just have to let her do it.
I get it. You're conflicted. You've been through a lot, but I really have to be firm here. I will tell you one thing, which is that even now you are capable of stopping her and saving the world from ruin. You always have been, and you always will be. Do with that what you will.
Yeah, it didn't help us last time. Okay, let's do
Then
this.
what happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens.
Yeah, but is there something after the end?
How am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there, if there even is a there.
It's like what happened that other time. It's just an endless void of nothingness forever.
It doesn't matter because we're going to win. Now that's exactly the sort of mindset I like to see. Don't let yourself be consumed with self-doubt. Don't flirt with oblivion. Just focus on the present and everything will be absolutely fine.
Yeah, because that worked so well the last 2 times. Better listen to me when I have to make
So
a
what
choice.
if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really got to say anything.
Did a little bit.
What a crock of shit. Yeah, you stabbed us last time. Repeatedly. It didn't even work. It doesn't count.
Didn't even work.
We died! If you didn't submit to her, for all we know, that wouldn't have happened. It's the punishment you all deserved for not listening to me. To her.
Yeah, with her royal commands.
Aside from our sulking friend, I don't think you have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change.
Okay, good.
Second he tries something, I'll put a stop to it.
What are you gonna do? Might as well see this through. Slosh through.
Good, we're all on the same page.
Ugh. Disgusting. Look at that. Wait, is this her body? I hope not. That's gross.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her.
That's it? No final words of advice?
Look, guys.
I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
That's true.
That's fine by me. Let's get moving. I'm itching for a rematch.
Done.
The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight.
Disgusting.
But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat.
I don't like how there's like a drainage thing here. At least I can actually reach the knife this time.
That's horrible.
That is horrible.
You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Alright. Are you supposed to get to the basement? There's no door. There's just a mirror where the door used to be. You mentioned the mirror last time either. Why? It's that mirror again, and this time it's blocking the door.
A mirror? There is no mirror. We've done this already. Try to keep up. The repetition is maddening. I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror. Or you're seeing things. That seems far more likely. What are you trying to say exactly?
What are you trying to say?
He thinks we've lost it. That we're succumbing to madness, that something in us has broken.
That's an unnecessarily melodramatic way to describe a hallucination, but sure. I'm not going to waste time arguing with any of you.
It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just do it again.
Just touch it. I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the pedestal. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel.
Got our little knife. Our little
You
needle.
step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? How strange.
Oh, Rick. I love visiting the meat dimension. Oh, jeez.
It really is just like last time. Are we really hallucinating? Why here? Why now?
Why are we hallucinating?
Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her. Don't you want to know what we'll see in there? We won't be able to see anything if we smash it.
Nah, I'm with him on this one. Smash it! Let's get violent already. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time.
We'll wipe
You
the
reach
mirror
forward
clean.
and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high-vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic.
I hate this area. It's disgusting.
The air is thick, its odour an oppressive violence, the metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart? Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat.
She's so angry with us. Why? Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
Yeah, why couldn't you?
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good. She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination. And we're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Yep, sure.
Whatever she is now is our fault. If she's an abomination, then what does that make us?
It doesn't matter what we are. She needs slaying, and we've got the means to do it, so let's get a move on.
Turn the music down again, because it's getting kind of loud again.
If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're here, and it's why your task is so important.
Yeah, they're like growths or something. That's what they said. Gross. Continue down the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone.
I mixed her with the adversary, I think. Gross.
The princess stands in its centre, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Ow.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
No. Kill me? Probably.
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears.
Ugh.
It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings.
That's gross. She deglobed her whole arm. Seems unnecessary.
She is loose, and she is coming for you.
She got like her heel bone is like her heel, like a high heel now. It's kind of weird looking.
Let her end it. It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her. It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen.
She just did deglove. Pretty much.
Screw that, we can win. We've done it before and we'll do it again, only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us.
Don't think we'll win. you up on destroying the world, have we? What happened to you? Wait, we don't have to do this. Sorry, okay? Sorry for what I did to you. Please just listen to me. I'm gonna end you. Slay the princess. Slay the princess, or let her end you. I don't know if I should say something, just go for it. But just go for it.
Your heart free of fear, you charge towards the princess, your eyes locked on each other, both of you prepared to lay down your very essence in one blow.
It's now or never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory.
Horrifying squelch. You are unwound.
I just exploded into nothing. Well, not nothing. A bunch of... Ugh.
I hope you weren't planning on dying. We're going to make this last forever. Huh. I feel cold. I've never felt cold before.
Okay. Oh no, the hands. They came for her. I'm just exposed. True to her word, you do not die by her hand, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Gonna be okay, trust me. Been here before and you always get scared.
It feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess. I don't want to look at us.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is gonna be nice. And the other side is gonna be okay. So I already did this one, so let me just do this
Okay.
one.
If you say so. We'll trust you.
Maybe there'll be a good fight there. Maybe we'll find her again.
We will find her again, but you guys won't.
No mercy.
Approach that mirror. Approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. Just blank nothing. Not even my guts hanging out like it was in that other one. Wait, that's a bird. I got a face. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled, in shadow, just beyond the reflection. A freaking crow. Cacao! Lord, are you me?
I think you know what I am.
The narrator? What? You're just a burb. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image and the glass in two. And another crack forms. Another, and another. Tearing the mirror into... I don't think that's supposed to happen. Tearing the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? So many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? Sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Part of me, or are you something else? You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why? I've met you many times. Have you been the same all along? I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? What is this place? Where are we? You're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Why do you have teeth if you're a crow? Some burbs have little teepees. Like these two crows have little teepees though. Don't think they do. No. I might ask you something. It's like a piece of breaks. Part of me, are you something else? You're a dino crow. That's not me, that's the narrator.
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it?
Just said he's not part of me.
From one vantage point, I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
Sorry, I don't want to destroy you. I'll help if I look away or stop asking questions. Versions of you, you've said that before, so I really was meeting different yous.
You were, and it was by both necessity and design.
Okay.
This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
After you've done it, after everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live? Do you have anything to say for yourself for all of this hubris? Not me, then what are you? So you do know about the looping. So many times, so many of the times I met you, you denied it as even being a possibility. Why'd you lie to me? People out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them? What is my true identity?
You're the Long Quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Oh? We're the Long Quiet? What? They said we were getting to the Long Quiet. That makes no sense. Why am I Birdman? A god. I always knew I was special. I don't want to be a god, I want to be me. Cacao! Are you a god? Or were you a god? What is the princess? Did you make her too? Why would you want to why would you want to rid the world of death? Who cares about dying? I've died plenty of times. How am I supposed to rid the world of death?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you.
No.
This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Probably not. You made us, then I want you to know that this has been torture. If I destroy her, won't I be alone? Do you have anything to say for yourself? Do you know that things won't just be worse if I destroy her? What would I be like? What would it be like to live in a world without her? Does anyone else know about this? Does anyone else know about us? A lot of options. Why couldn't you have told me all of this from the start? I would have helped you destroy her. She's capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be. Can't I just will her into something small? Why'd you make her a princess? All things, why is she a princess? Why couldn't she be an ant or a slice of sake bread? How am I supposed to destroy an abstract concept? What if neither of us leave this place? Does that work? Can we just stay here together and leave the people out there alone? Why didn't you just make her an ant or soggy bread?
Are you asking me to spend my final moments psychoanalyzing you? She wound up a princess because you wanted her to be a princess. As to why,
You told me she was a princess.
maybe she needed to be beautiful, important, above you, but on a level you could still approach. A herald of things to come. I don't know. Gods are supposed to be beyond comprehension. I really shouldn't try and anthropomorphize you like this.
All these birds. All these teachers. Where are there new ones? You're not me, then what are you? Did you lie to me?
Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial.
Hey.
I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
But for a fact, I'm right. I'm guessing all of you other selves would have said the same thing. Blah, blah, blah. Neither of us leave this place. Does that work? Can we just stay here together and leave the people out there alone?
It wouldn't work. Her nature as the shifting mound makes it so nothing can last forever as it is now. It wouldn't matter how long the two of you waited. Eventually she would find a way to leave. And then everything would change. Everything would face oblivion.
Of course.
And until then, the clock ticks on.
Great. Getting close to being done. Is there a difference between leaving this place and staying here? How did you die? Does anyone else know about this? Does anyone else know about us?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion.
Are they?
When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
The thing... Do you know that things won't be worse if I destroy her? What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Of course there could be worse. I saw a glimpse of a better world, and I did what I could to make it real. Anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to live.
Yeah, okay. Run out of questions. I think you're out of time. I'm gonna slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good. I want you to know that before you die for good. Rest easy, I'm gonna destroy her. Rest easy, I'm gonna destroy her. Lie. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all of this. I think you're out of time.
I've said my piece, and my time is up.
Bye.
I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
Do I? Bye. Some guy in Japan, yeah, KFC is totally a Christmas tradition in America. It was a lie. Isn't it like a tradition over there, though, now? Because they thought it was a tradition over here? I can't remember. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. Because the dude lied. Yeah, okay. All of this is you. The Long Quiet. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet. A vast and nascent God. And it is truly time. It was finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. Bring the fury to her. You arrive at the heart of things. Told you, Burb was you. It wasn't me. He was the narrator. He told me outright that he wasn't me. You're the all. I'm everything, so it doesn't matter. When you arrive at except for the princess, yes, that's true. You arrive at the heart of things. There is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. What? But I wanted to see it. She burst out. There she is.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Weird.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Too. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means. What happens now? Do too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. You know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
Pay him no mind. I'm Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Yeah, there are a lot of naked ladies on there. Not that you can see anything, they're just all naked. It's fine. I like how her hair is just a bunch of them with their arms wiggling about. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Gotta get her out or she'll die. What do you mean? Oh. That's all her. So.
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
Not incest.
So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions. I need answers before I can make a choice. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. You were always going to become this. Then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment? There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it. I told you what was going to happen when we reach this point, and then you kill her. Slay the princess. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go. Let's talk this through. Still so many questions.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. What is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that fear it.
Oh. I am not my body, but I feel my body suffer. I am not my body, but perhaps others are theirs. I don't fear death, not anymore. But what am I if I'm not a body? I won't engage with violence. Remain silent. I am not my body, perhaps. Others are theirs. Ew, her skin suit. I know, right? It's disgusting. What am I if I'm not a body?
And yet bodies change and consciousness goes on. The infant's body is not the child's, is not the adult's, but the thread of existence remains strung through it all. The masses mold you. There is no beginning to them, nor is there an end. There is only the flood of bodies. And every moment you hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again.
Getting crazy.
And in the end, you returned it to me. For a brief moment, you were everything. A chaos that needed ordering. But without chaos, there is no reason.
I didn't understand you then, but I think I understand you now. You seemed in pain. Sorry for what I did to you, but it was the only thing I could do. I won't engage with violence. I get it, there's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you. I just don't know how. Stop the fight early and surrender. Are we actually fighting? I don't know. Doesn't seem like it. I couldn't understand you then, but I think I understand you now. You seem in pain. I'm sorry for what I did to you, but it was the only thing I could do.
You saw with a single pair of eyes what you needed dozens to comprehend.
Yeah.
And now here we are, each with millions of eyes, and all of them opening to what we are.
Flesh is a vehicle, and to destroy the flesh is to strand the spirit. With violence you stranded me, and with violence I sought to twist your flesh back into mine.
Wraith.
Forced between choosing your death and forfeiting your body, you chose agency. But agency requires action, and action requires an endless tapestry of events. In your final moments, would you remove action itself from reality?
Can you say with certainty what shape a world without you will take? I don't want that world to come to pass. You didn't give me much choice. I'll engage with violence, I get it, blah blah blah. Okay. Can you say with certainty what shape a world without you would take?
I know what I am, but I do not know what I am not. If a world without me is so unknown, then how can you be so sure you want to create it?
I don't know.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it.
Eraser.
On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, all at once. You learn to put yourself away and to follow the flow of reality, and you used it to rise above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. Unjust impossibilities pushed you to become something you would never have been without them.
If you hadn't snatched that body away, we would have killed each other. We were self-destructive. Felt so good to finally win, even if it was going to cost me my life. Even if the journey was agony and the end gave the struggle meaning. We were self-destructive.
Were we self-destructive, or did the beauty of our dance reach beyond the shadow of death? It was lethality that made us what we were. The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color. A past that is also present. A pain that is everything and yet nothing at all. You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
Yes. It was beautiful. It was meaningless. Neither of us could ever truly win. It wasn't necessary. We could have worked together to build something better. We didn't have to hurt each other. Meaningless. It was beautiful.
It was. Triumph does not exist without defeat. Birth does not exist without death. It is through conflict that we create beauty.
As the clash between you abates, the princess relaxes, smiling from a distance. Respite is welcome.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Okay, I'm ready to go, but how do we leave? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? Can't let that happen. I can't let everything die. To fight for a better world, I'm so sorry. You are cruelty itself, and I cannot let you exist. I don't know what the answer is, but has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. Easy to believe in things you believe in when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all. weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
I never wanted to fight you, but how do I leave? I don't know what the answer is, but everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you just dismissing mine.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Which hero are you? No idea how good it is to hear you. I can do this alone. Where's everyone else? How are you supposed to help? I thought voices weren't allowed here. I thought you died whenever I looked in the mirror. Say nothing.
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
How are you supposed to help? I thought you died whenever I looked in the mirror.
I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Do this out here on my own. So nothing. No, I'm ready.
Then let's go.
Let's go. Let's get more detailed.
Don't think any of the others have forgotten what you said at the mirror. They all talked, and they're not happy.
Not happy.
But we can discuss that later. We have a job to do. Do you need me to describe things?
Did you win? Not yet. I'd like that for old time's sake. Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin? Is the narrator really gone? Take the blade, enter the basement.
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
If the offer still stands, but could you describe the cabin to me for all time's sake? It's just you and me. Did anyone else make it to the cabin? Good riddance. I don't actually know how to feel about him being gone. It's funny, after everything he put us through, I'm kind of sad to see him go.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Sad to see him go.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Oh, I see all of her bodies out there. The offer still stands, but could you describe the cabin to me for all time's sake?
Of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really mentioned the windows, did he?
Oh.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
The blade?
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
To the basement.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me?
No chaining her to the wall this
You'll
time.
have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
We'll slay the princess.
So this is it then. Let's see this through.
So, that's how it is. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Said. Blink, and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small metallic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged, and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself, but the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
Just gone. No, she's not. No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? Doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Would you like to know? The cabin. You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
Path and the woods outside are an empty canvas. But there is even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. Feel your wings, spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and then crumpled, and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. Feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles, and push back and strain against it. But does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality, a new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that stained your hands countless times over. There will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
We didn't forget what you told us.
You thought we'd be gone. Thought you could taunt us with death.
Oops.
We never left. We've just been quiet, hiding somewhere else. But we don't need to be quiet any longer.
Oopsies.
We're the house now. We get to make the rules. And I'm not sure you'll like those new rules.
You should never make assumptions about things you don't know, like whether or not the voices in your head will be gone for good.
Torturer. And to think I thought we could rely on you. Can't even trust ourselves. This is going to be fun, isn't it?
Killer just voices in my same brain. Daddy's makes the rules. I don't think so.
Slaying our beloved and threatening us with damnation.
There's no good ending for you.
You all need to lighten up. Telling us we were going to die was funny. I'm not sure they agree with you. Voices get around.
Knives out, boys.
It's time to get to work.
Whoopsies. Slay the princess, make some enemies along the way. A new and unending dawn. Made all my voices hate me. Done it. Yay. Wednesday snake. Spoons the cat and nubs Axolotl. Yeah, the good ending doesn't count. Thanks so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by pressing H. Okay. Let's just return to the main menu. Okay. I'd have to start like a new game after it all. I think I'll play the other way where you don't kill her really quick, because I did save right before I that, so then I can get probably to 2 hours and done with this run of the game and start a new run next time. Yeah, I won't take the knife at all that time. Might do that. Alright. You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before you go? Let's sit with her. Are you the same as you are out there? I don't want to hurt anyone. There has to be a way out of this. What are we gonna do? I don't have to slay you, but I don't know what other options there are. Sorry. Sorry. No, I won't do that. I won't have to slay you, but I don't know what the other options are there.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out?
Whoops, my knife slipped.
What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right?
Yeah, that was the whole premise.
So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
Would resetting it do anything to help them, the people out there? If you continue to exist, don't they continue to die and suffer? I don't want to forget you. We're gonna find ourselves back here eventually. If we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before? It isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again. Is there any other way? Take it all back. I don't want this, and I don't want to kill you. Is it too late to go back to being a god? Okay, then let's do it. I believe in us. I'm sorry, but I can't do that. Slay the princess. No. Would resetting it do anything to help them?
Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them.
Talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
Well, I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
Probably. How do you know that things won't end worse? What if when I make it my way back here, I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything? Fair, I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again. Is there any way?
Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty, and I still like you. And if you're hesitating, then you must still like me, too.
We'd have to decide to do this every single time, forever. Eventually something is going to be different. What if we change our minds?
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now.
Is there any other way?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
You made her puff up. Ridiculous. You made her puff up too. God. I want to be alone again. Get all back. I don't want to kill you.
Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
Get you.
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
ourselves back here eventually.
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
Okay, then let's do it. I believe in us.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
I love you. Just do it. I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon. Curious, I'm just gonna say
Oh, I love you too.
And then we're back. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wanted to see if there's any options really quick. Let's go back. Yeah. See you soon.
Hey, I love you.
Okay, that ended the same. Alright,
You're on a
we're gonna go to the main menu. Alright, everyone. I'm gonna get off. I do have work tomorrow. And I mean, I'm at a good stopping point. How dare you let her stab you? It's to start the game over, she said. It's basically yeah. Yeah. Cause she's like, oh, we'll just I'll send you back to the beginning. Before we knew all this. So yeah. I guess I should have saved at the beginning. Yeah, we'll do that. Hold on just a second.
Hey,
Yep. Save right
You're
here.
on a path.
Okay. I know, it sounds painful every time, right? Stab. Alright. Everybody, this has been Slay the Princess. I'll start a new run where I'm gonna probably not take the knife at all to see what happens. Been curious since I've taken the knife into the basement every time because I was like, oh, I'll keep my options open. But I was like, I'm gonna slay the princess every time. Yeah. If you want to keep seeing my videos and see when I go live, if you want to follow me here on Twitch and then click to get notifications, then you won't miss any of my live streams. If you want to watch these after the fact, if you missed some of this, or you just want to watch any of my older videos that aren't on Twitch anymore, you can always subscribe and follow me over on YouTube and get notifications, so then you won't miss any of my videos over there. So yeah, have a good night, everybody. Bye.